Welcome back to That Dad Guy. Today I've got a few cards to write. I've got two official ones that I can write, so I've printed off those and selected a couple. I also have some swaps that are going out, so I've got cards picked out for those that I'll show you. I want to talk to you about a meetup that's happening. We'll get some more details as time goes on, but I'll give you that. I also want to talk to you about a special lecture that's going on that you can sign up for free and join via Zoom or whatever have you here. I'll give you the details on it as well a little later. Thank you so much for tuning in, liking, subscribing, and leaving all those comments. You know the regular drill, so let's get at it. So the first card I have, it's going out to Kingston, New York, and the person says that she's traveled all over the place. Sounds like she's had quite an exciting life of seeing the world, which is fantastic. Things that she's interested in are mosques, Islam, royal families, national and traditional religious and folk costumes, flags of all nations, states, provinces, or regions, postcards with money or currency on it, gay and lesbian, transgender, bisexual, asexual, or queer represented postcards, local food, and Central and South Asia. So what I selected for her is this, which is a scene from the Mount Olives in Israel, and you've got the mosque right there, so hopefully she'll like it. It's one of my vintage cards that I got early on. I had a whole stack of cards that came from Israel, that came from my mother-in-law, so I'm glad that this fits the criteria, and hopefully she'll like it. The next one's going off to Germany, and she doesn't give me any details of what she'd like, really. She says that she is married, she has a daughter, and she has two kids that come from her partner's first marriage, so they're a blended family. Biggest goal is to run a marathon in the summer. She does lots of sports at the moment, but she does lots of creative and sewing things. So I didn't have anything to do with sewing. I didn't have anything to do with running either, but I did figured this one is just a beautiful card. So how can you go wrong with just natural beauty? A scene here in Canada, and it's one of the prepaid cards, so you get the matching kind of stamp on the back. It's not a real stamp, but matching image. So that's the one I picked for her, so hopefully she will enjoy that. I know when I first started postcrossing, I didn't put any detail. I put details about my life, like she has there, but no indication of what sort of cards. And I tend to say I like surprises, which is great, but for the sender, sometimes it's difficult, especially if you have a whole bunch of different cards, which one's perfect for that person. So I've learned that even a few little hints of cards that you're interested in, for me, I've put musical artists that I like, movies that I like. I've added in things like hedgehogs for polo, or blue cat, post boxes, things that are interesting to me. Just a guideline. In the end, whatever card you send is great, but for the sender, sometimes it really helps just to have a few tidbits of information of things that you like. All right, moving on. I have this one going out, the Have Fun monkey that's hanging on the rope. That's going off to someone. This one here that I got from Jilly last week, the Happy Postcrossing, It's Spring, card from the Paper Sisters out of Germany. That is going off to someone. Two people are getting my That Dad Guy postcards. People that maybe are new and haven't gotten them yet. So I went back through the list as a surprise. Oh, I haven't sent that one. Maybe they'll appreciate it. And I sent this one here of a winter scene. We get lots of winter here, so this isn't necessarily Canada, because I think this is Wisconsin by the looks of the things at the bottom, but still a typical winter view. This one has gone out once before. I think it's the last one I have of this, but Keep Smiling with the Dolphins. I just think it's a cute card, and if you're having a down day, if you get something like that in your mailbox, it might just perk you up a little bit. How about this classic vintage style Rolling Stones cover? Anne of Green Gables house. A lot of people are very much into Anne of Green Gables, and it's in Prince Edward Island, which isn't very far from me here in New Brunswick. Just a short trip over the bridge and you're there. I could be at Anne's house in about an hour and a half, I guess, from Moncton. So that is going off to someone who might appreciate Anne of Green Gables. And then this card here, it's an image of a moose in a lake, and you got the Canadian flag and just says Canada. It's just a very typical type image. It's not a real picture. It is a rendering of what you might find in Canada. So I've got that. Now, let me talk to you a bit about some of the other subjects I mentioned at the beginning. First, the meetup. Helen in PEI reached out to me and let me know that they're looking at doing a meetup in July in Prince Edward Island. So for those of you here in Atlantic Canada that are following or know of other post-crossers that might be interested, I'm going to give you more details as details come out and I hear about them as to the specific date, the time, the location where it's all going to take place. But generally the thought right now is that it's going to take place in Prince Edward Island. It's going to happen in July. There's already been some meetup postcards that have been put together for it. So if you're in attendance, you'll be able to sign the postcards and buy however many you want to get, I guess. But as I get more details, I'll let you know. But I know there are a few people that watch my channel that are from New Brunswick and from Prince Edward Island and from Quebec. Now, Quebec might be a stretch. I know there is one person that is coming down, I've been told, from Quebec who actually put the postcards together for it. So that'll be great to meet new people. But if you know of others, spread the word around, and as I get more information, I'll certainly let you know what it is. So in July in Prince Edward Island, there is going to be a post-crossing meetup, it looks like. So that'll be exciting. I haven't been to one of those before, and I'll bring my stamps and things so I can stamp the postcard. And if I'm going, I'm going to be making a video of it, so to show you what a meetup's all about and what you're going to see in it. So there's that. Now, let me flip the camera around. So Allie in St. Stephen, New Brunswick was talking to me last night on Instagram, and she was telling me about the Newberry Library, which is in Chicago, on Thursday, April the 7th. They're going to be having, let me just maximize this here. They're going to be having a discussion with an author that talks about postcards, the rise and fall of the world's first social network. So author Lydia Pine is going to be in conversation with Will Hansen about this event, and it's going to be on Thursday, April the 7th, 5 to 6, which I think is Central Time. And so if you go to newberry.org, you can find this out through the programs and events. I'm also going to put the link in the description of the video, so you can go and copy that link and go right to it. You can register for it. It says here, register for free in advance here. So you can click on it. It's going to be held virtually on Zoom. So if you're interested in hearing about this author and the lecture on postcards and how they first started the global scale understanding of what social networking is all about, it might be interesting for some of you who are interested in that sort of stuff. So Lydia Pine has a PhD and is a visiting researcher from the Institute of Historical Studies at the University of Texas in Austin. And she's written for The Atlantic, the Archaeology, Slate, History Today, and Time Magazine. And Will Hansen, who's going to be monitoring this, is from Newberry's Director of Research Services and Curator of the Americana. So there you go. That might be something interesting for you guys. I'm glad when people reach out and tell me these things, and I was able to share them. Let me flip it back again. So there you go. Not only did you get to see some postcards that are going out today, you got to hear about a meetup and a lecture that you can potentially zoom in from anywhere in the world and hear a bit about postcrossing and their first social networking. So that'll be good. So I'm going to put these postcards together, then we're going to walk down to the mailbox and send them out. And then that way you can see how much snow is left in my yard. Woohoo! All right, cards are all filled out. I'm in the backyard. It's going to be 10 degrees today. That is all the snow that I have left in the backyard. The rest is great. Looks good that way, so let's walk around. Won't take long. So we'll come up this way, around the side. Heat pump is still going because it's still not 100% warm out. Now, you look at the front yard. That is all the snow I have left in my front yard. The neighbor has some over there. So those two little bits and it will be spring. Now, I don't see any flowers poking up yet. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Am I wrong? No, I don't see any yet. But soon there will be greenery here. I guarantee it. My neighbor has some crocuses up. I might have to plant some crocuses to see. I'm just gonna have a look down the side of the house here and see if anything is peeking up. No, nothing just yet. It will come. It will come. All right, so 11 cards done. They're gonna go off to their destinations, and yeah, I think it's been a good day. Now I got some errands to run, and we'll enjoy the rest of the day. So stay safe. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?